Welcome back to Absolutely Marvel and DC. My name is Benny, that is Dylan, and that is Sal, and this is your home for podcast-style content where we talk about trailers, rumors, review our favorite shows and movies, and talk about everything related to the world of Marvel and DC that isn't in comic books. Join the Absolute Armada today. Go absolutely all the way! Oh, I rhymed it.
Hey.
Wow. Incredible.
Wow.
Today we're going to talk about the fact that apparently Amy Pascal can't keep her mouth shut long enough for Tom Holland to improve his deal.
As is tradition.
Yeah. As is
I'm
going
to force him into more movies by saying some stuff in the media.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Things
here's
that people will agree with me on. People want to hear this.
So let's talk about this real quick and where we're at. Tom Holland did a GQ article in which he discussed how he's probably going to be done with Spider-Man after this movie. We all assume that is the standard move of like, oh, give me more money and I'll stay. I mean, Chris Evans did it, Robert Downey Jr. did it, Chris Hemsworth did it.
That's such a Chris Evans move. It's like we should call it the Evans because that's every Captain America movie is like, duh, man.
I'm done.
I don't know, you guys. I mean,
Unless?
Cap's great, but like, I kind of want to direct. You know what I mean? God, man, wow.
Anyway, I loved your face though. So defeat, like we get it, Chris. You want more money.
Yeah.
So that came out, but then Amy Pascal, in her infinite wisdom, is letting you know that there are 3 more Spider-Man movies, and Tom Holland's on board.
Yeah. Yeah, she's like, no. We're making like we treated this one like a trilogy. We're gonna do another trilogy, and Tom's not going anywhere. I don't care how many berets and turtlenecks he wears. He is totally gonna be Spider-Man.
I just realized on this GQ article, under every photo, it says what he's wearing and how much the things he's wearing.
Yeah,
that means
okay,
that he doesn't own a single scrap of clothing that he's wearing.
No. Have you guys never read a GQ article? Because I like to be a dapper man in my vintage shirt. You know, my
Of
t-shirt.
course.
Yeah, naturally.
GQ always grabs and gets the most prestigious photos ever, and they dress them up to sell that merchandise.
Gotcha.
So he's being
It's a
dressed
commercial.
up to look this particular. Basically, every photo is a commercial.
Yeah.
Oh my God! If you scroll down, he's wearing a button-up T-shirt that is $1,200.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. I can get that same shirt for $2 at Goodwill.
Yeah.
The same thing with the shoes. Don't look like fancy shoes.
I will
he
say,
looks
if you go even further down, though, the next photo, the suit he's in, that's awesome. That's a great suit.
The jacket is $4,000, Dylan.
It
Sure.
looks like he drank Wes Anderson. Like there's
That is a Wes
disaster.
Anderson. That's how Wes Anderson gets his wardrobe. He gets his actors to wear it all in his size.
Yeah. He just calls GQ and he's like, dress my cast.
Anyway, back to the topic on hand, which is not
Yes.
about Tom Holland looking dapper as hell.
Yes.
How do you make that beanie look good on the follow? Dylan, you better put all these photos
You
up on
don't.
the.
Oh, I am.
If you scroll down, if you scroll down in the white sweater with the beanie, he looks like I'm going down to the fish market and I'm gonna sling
that
fish.
one doesn't work for me. I don't like this one.
But I would never do it in this outfit.
He looks like a rich soccer hooligan in that picture.
The beanie is $230.
Bite me.
That would just turn into something my cats would sleep on.
I can imagine him just being like, wow, this is great. Can I have this? And they're like, no, it's a rental.
The
Give it all
beanie's just a
back.
blue beanie. It's just a regular blue beanie.
Right. Like I can't even see it very well.
He says something about, like, he thinks that Miles Morales should take over soon.
Yeah,
Right.
That's basically what he wants to. He
Yeah.
said he can't be doing Spider-Man into his 30s, which is hilarious because Tobey
Right.
Maguire and Andrew
Yeah,
Garfield
what?
were definitely.
He was
doing it.
almost in his 30s in Spider-Man 1.
But he doesn't want to do it going forward, and he's probably going to be calling it at that point, basically. And we all kind of just took it as he's just vying for a larger paycheck. That's all he cares about right now.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. Dylan made a good point about how he's in his 20s. He's vibing, and he could.
He's
like Chris
wildly
Evans is-
successful.
Right,
Wildly.
and that's the thing. It's like I'm Nathan Drake. I'm in like sleepy dramas about Hicks in the South.
I watched that. It was so good.
He's great. Yeah,
if he's in it, he's good. Other than that weird one where they can read his thoughts and it had Daisy Ridley in it as well, that was not good.
No, I didn't see that. But
Don't.
you know, he's a good actor, but he's not like Chris Evans, who's like, I'm thinking about the future. I'm thinking about like the regimen I got to be on. You know, like Spider-Man is all CG at this point. Like he doesn't even have to be there half the time.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have to do like the insane Chris Hemsworth regimen that like destroys you. So I feel like in this case, it's just he might just be like, I mean, you know, I don't want to be a one-note trick. Come on.
I like your accent you keep trying to give him, which doesn't sound anything like him, but you just keep throwing in this like Cockney English accent.
Yeah, that's his voice.
I found another quote in this article.
Last comment on his wardrobe situation here. I love the last photo where he's just got a golf club slung over his shoulder, and there's just golf balls. On the
this
that is not a golf.
I've never played in my life.
All right, so you were saying another quote.
Yeah, there's another quote here from Amy Pascal just under that photo, where she says, "I've talked to him about doing like 100 more. I'm never going to make Spider-Man movies without him. Are you kidding me?"
So in the same article,
with the quote where he says, "If I'm playing Spider-Man after I'm 30, I've done something wrong."
Yeah.
So,
and then immediately after her saying, like, "Are you kidding me? I'm never going to let him go," he goes, "Maybe it's time for me to move on."
yeah, maybe I'm done.
Yeah.
But then she comes out and says that they're going to keep going.
Yes, and that was like the most recent article.
A whole nother trilogy.
Trilogy.
You know,
she revealed
Sony,
that this
Spider-Man trilogy has been like rumored for a long time, so this doesn't surprise me. But I mean, Amy Pascal just says whatever she wants. So
she just says whatever comes into her head.
I mean, she's the one that was like, "We're taking Spider-Man back from Marvel. Why do you all hate me?"
Right. She was the one who said in front of, like, next to Kevin Feige in an interview, she's like, "Yeah, Venom's in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's no question." And he's like,
and then he's like, "Huh?"
Right. He's like, "Oh my god." Then
even though he is now, but.
She proved him right, like because he is
eventually.
now.
I think that's the problem with all of her rumors. From what I'm gathering, she says what she wants and then strong arms to get that.
Yes. Yeah, she's like, I just said in the article what I want to do. So you're gonna have to back it. You're gonna have to walk it back, but I never will.
So her quote here is
to look like an idiot? No. So make it happen.
Right.
So here's her quote here, though. "This is not the last movie we're going to make with Marvel. This is not the last Spider-Man movie. We are getting ready for the next Spider-Man movie with Tom Holland and Marvel. We're thinking of this as 3 films, and now we're going to go on to the next 3. This is not our last MCU movies." I do think the next 3, and we all kind of thought this was pretty much the direction it's going to go, is going to involve Venom. It's going to be like the Venom Spider-Man back and forth team up, and probably Morbius and probably Kraven, because we got them already cast. So
sweet.
I'm excited. Why aren't you excited?
Because those movies are not, like, they shouldn't exist. Because Morbius shouldn't have a movie. Kraven shouldn't have a movie. Like, these movies shouldn't exist.
You know who should have played Kraven? Tony Dalton, not Aaron Taylor Johnson.
You know who should have played Kraven? Literally anybody else.
Yeah, anyone else.
Everybody had a better idea than that.
Hugh Jackman.
Everybody.
Who cares?
Hugh Jackman would have been great.
Not Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Jason Momoa would have been a great Kraven. You know, like Keanu Reeves would have been a great Kraven. Like anybody else would have been a better Kraven than Aaron Taylor Johnson. Just what a bad idea. I'm just so not excited about Morbius or Kraven. That being said, and while I've learned in my years not to trust anything that Amy Pascal says, this is the one time she said something I actually like, which is, "I'm working with Marvel, and we're making 3 more Spider-Man movies with Tom Holland." I'm like, yes, because here's what I'd like to see. A college trilogy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Well, that's what everyone's been saying. They always keep rebooting him to just come out of high school. And like some of his best stuff was post-high school. Not the origins, not that. It was him figuring himself out going forward.
Right. And not like the college Raimi movies where it's like, I want to be here. No, that's not college.
I'm looking more into this. Apparently Zendaya and Jacob Batalon, basically the MJ, which for the record is not Mary Jane, and we were it's Michelle Jones or something. Whatever, they call her MJ.
They call her MJ.
They knew what they were doing.
Functionally the same character.
So as far as I'm concerned, screw everybody who's like, "Oh my God, Betty, how did you not know it's not MJ?"
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, and I think, what's his name? Ned? No.
Yeah, Ned Leeds.
Ned Leeds, okay. But like, I guess they're going to be there too for the next 3, according to Amy Pascal.
Okay. I mean, like, I'd rather they weren't, but like, okay. And the reason why I wouldn't rather them be there is not because like I don't like them. It's because like they were the high school cast.
Yeah.
Let's move on. Get Harry, get Gwen, get get everybody else, Maybe Flash.
It won't be Gwendolyn, it'll be Gwenalon.
Yeah. Right. It'll be like my my name is Carly Cooper, but my friends call me Gwen. That'll be what it is.
Oh man, that'd be insane.
That's in keeping with everything they're doing. Like Betty Brant looks like Gwen Stacy. MJ is Michelle Jones, like his roommate. Come on.
Maybe we'll finally get, because if this one is seen as a trilogy, if the home trilogy or whatever, like if this trilogy has had like the least of Spider-Man just swinging around a city,
big time.
Maybe we'll get that. That'll be that.
Right, I know, because that's the thing, right? Like the home period is this kind of like weird place where no one was sure what was going to happen, Like Marvel was content to not have Spider-Man because things were going so well and the Russos just made it happen. Then they were like, well, we made it happen, so we gotta make a Spider-Man movie, and here it is. And they called it Homecoming as they're like, woohoo! But also this like, oh my God, I don't really know how we're gonna make this work. And then by the second one, they didn't make it work, and it almost collapsed. And so by this third one, they're like, how about we introduce you to 2 more Spider-Men, and then maybe if it doesn't work out, we'll just hire Andrew Garfield, and he can be the MCU Spider-Man or something, I don't know. Like, but going forward, I think they finally, like, it sounds to me that they might have actually hashed out a deal where they're like, we know what we're doing now. Because they've been afraid to like do anything Spider-Man-y in this. Like the most Spider-Man we got is like a little bit of Homecoming and a little bit of Infinity War, where he's actually like fighting in Washington Square Park, and I'm like, hey! And then he immediately leaves for Titan in space.
Right.
The final thing she says is, do you think we'll see Tom Holland's Spider-Man in a movie not connected to MCU? And her response is, we all want to keep making movies together. How's that for an answer?
I like that answer, Amy. That's like the first time I've ever agreed with you.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a list of what she's not allowed to say, and if it wasn't on that list, God help you.
Yeah. I'm amazed she didn't talk about Venom because they're so proud of themselves.
Well, she doesn't need to anymore because she's got Spider-Man. She's got what she's always wanted.
It's true, and they have nonstop Spider-Man. No, like plug for the comic book, but like they have the Spider-Verse, where she could do anything she wants. And I'm talking about the animated universe, where they can make Silk movies and Gwen movies and Spider-Woman movies. Like, they can do anything they want. And they can make these movies with Marvel and kind of just, like, let them do it.
Oh, you're going to love this quote. Because I'm still going through this just to keep... Every time you say something, I just found the perfect quote for what you just said. Is it tougher to weave together the Spider-Man universe because Sony also has the other universe characters like Venom and Morbius? And then there's the MCU characters. It's a bit of juggling act to manage all of these different characters. Well, there's the Marvel universe, which is in one container. Then there's the Spider-Verse movies, which are in a different container. Then there's the other universe where the Sony characters are. We're all respect. So she's saying there's 3 of them. There's 3.
There's 3.
That's fine with me. Morbius, you stay over there. Like Morbius and Kraven and all that crap, because that's fine. Because then Kraven could be anything in the MCU if he's going to be in it at all. It beats having Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Hey, let him get ripped and grow a beard. I want to see what happens.
I'm sure he's already Kraven, right? I mean, are they filming that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
So I think what the problem here is that one, Amy Pascal can't shut up long enough to let Tom Holland negotiate his deal, or she's shooting him down. Like, no, screw that kid. We already worked out a deal. He's staying.
Yeah, no, she's like, you want to sound like a big boy in front of the GQ people, fine. But, like, we're making Spider-Man movies until you're old and gray.
You are going to be the old man Peter.
Right, you're our Spider-Man.
You saw what they did with Logan?
Life story.
That's you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, that's fine with me. I like him, and I think like as he gets older, it'll give him more time to like play with the character because Peter goes through a lot of different like periods in his life, and I'd be excited to see this Peter be in college, especially if, like Dylan said, we actually lean into the New York and Spider-Man stuff. Like if we finally have him, like, you know, after all of this nonsense, like maybe he can't pull anymore. Like maybe what's her name? Pepper Potts is done with the Parkers at this point. She's like, that's enough. You know, he's like, I can't go to MIT, so I'll just go to Empire State, and I can't make money like through the Stark internship anymore because Happy hates me or he's dead. And so I'll
you
work for
never
Daily
kill
Bugle.
Happy. You never kill Happy.
I hope they don't, but you know, that trailer is pretty scary.
You never kill Happy.
So, you know, I'm excited for the future of Spider-Man, and I'm down to watch it, you know, so you just don't make it stupid and complicated. That's all I ask.
I'm just worried that she's going to, because she's already like, yeah, we got Venom, Morbius, we got Kraven, we got 3 more Spider-Man movies. We're gonna link it all together. Carnage can get a spin-off if we go. What about we do a Green Goblin spin-off? You know, William Dafoe will take any check.
Well, the thing about the spin-offs is that they were doing those during like their period where they're like, we got this, we figured it out.
Right.
You know,
We don't need him.
Yeah, and it's like, no, you do. And the other thing is, these random movies sometimes make like $1 billion. So it's like, oh, well, we'll make a Kraven movie. We don't ever have to worry about Tom Holland meeting him. Just make the Kraven movie. And if it makes a lot of money, we just keep making silly Kraven movies. And then if we don't, like, we'll stop making them. Morbius, it's coming out in January. So we'll see how it does. But
I'm not gonna lie. I'm weirdly excited for it.
ooh.
I don't know why. I have no idea. I think it's just the mystery of how is this going to be good?
And the whole, like, what friggin' universe does it take place in? That feels the most like Pascal and Arad just like messing around. Because it's like, you got pictures of Toby, you got the Daily Bugle paper, you got Venom references. I mean, like, you got Vulture in there. I don't know what the hell's happening with that movie.
I'm excited for that Venom line to not be in the final cut.
I hope it is.
I really hope it's just a Jared Leto screwed around take that they decided to throw.
It's
in the
easily gotta be an outtake, or it's an outtake that they went, that's so funny, let's put it in the movie and confuse the crap out of our audience.
Well, because the funny thing is, like, even if Venom, if it is in that universe, he's not.
How does he know who that is?
Yeah, exactly. I think it'd be. By the way, there's a missing Venom movie in the middle here where he
fought
became
vampires.
It's gonna remind me of. Last little quote here. If they do that, it'll remind me of Young Justice, where they're like, "Hey, we're telling you a story about Artemis and her sister and over here, and we're gonna tell you about a Bat family civil war that's going on where they're trying to stop Two-Face and Penguin from fighting." But we're not going to show any of it. That's what they're doing in Young Justice. They're literally like, let's follow Artemis on this adventure. Where's the Bat family? Oh, they're currently tied up fighting Two-Face and Penguin in a civil war. And my reaction is, where's that show?
Yeah, that sounds cool. That sounds really cool. And I like Bruce Greenwood as Batman, so like I would like to watch that show.
Exactly.
That's a really good idea. Make that movie.
That would be a great movie. But we are absolutely Marvel and DC, and we have ranted your ears off for about 20 minutes. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Join the Absolute Armada today.